Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a special day. We're launching our process where you can follow along with our Z06 development, all of the parts that we're going to create with it. Obviously, you guys see our forged behind us. This is for the ceramic gray build that we've got going on right now that we'll release at a later time. But today, we're going to have you guys follow us along. We've partnered with a great company here in West Michigan that we weren't aware of until just about a month ago, called ADAC Automotive. ADAC Automotive is a branch off tier 1 auto supplier from Lax Industries, which is also located here in West Michigan. Brandon came over. We really hit it off. Him and one of their engineers, Tyler, and I have been talking about how we could work together on some projects. And they want to get more involved in the custom automotive solution business, which we could really use a supplier that understood our needs. And we're going to kick that off with the Z06. So we're going to take the 70th anniversary over to them today and into their metrology department and meet their scanner, Jesse. Jesse works with Haas Stewart Racing. He scans a lot of NASCAR vehicles, creates aero for them. So extremely well qualified individuals, and obviously people that we really like to partner with and are honored to be partnered with to start down this path with the Z06 program development. So we're going to head over there today. I'll show you guys as we arrive and then kind of fill you in as we move along the process. So here we are, guys, the ADAC Innovation Center. This is where we're going to take the car in. They have their metrology department where they're going to scan the entire vehicle, all the parts inside here for the next couple days. Then we're going to take the car apart and scan back at the shop, which we'll show you guys too. So let's go on inside and get the process started. Yeah, so however that's done, you know, we can get that off the car. So as you guys can see, we have the Z06 here at ADAC Automotive. We got Jesse. He's over there going over some of the carbon parts. We already brought him as an example. Today they're going to start actually setting the car up for scanning, which will happen all day tomorrow, which we'll be here to capture. We'll actually get some photography. And we've got a great plan put together for this car to create perfect data. I feel a lot better about this time around now that we've learned from the CA program. I think this is going to be super tight, which is really going to help us in our fit and finish. So we're going to go back and grab a GoPro, put some time lapse together and help these guys get things moving. And then tomorrow I'll give you full coverage of the scan process. What's up, guys? We're back here today at ADAC Digital Manufacturing, and obviously behind us you can see the guys worked on the Z06 yesterday and got everything set up to scan today. Today we're going to introduce you guys to the Metrology Manager, Jesse. Jesse is the end-all be-all when it comes to scanning, and we're going to let him tell you a little bit about his experience, where we are so far with the Z06, and where we're going with it today.
All right, so today we're going to take an ATOS scanner. It's made by Gohm, which is a product of Zeiss. We've put a bunch of little stickers all over the car. These little stickers act as the coordinate system when we scan. So we're going to move the scanner around the car and it will basically map the entire surface. We've put these little coded points on here. These are little barcodes that help allow us to create this skeleton that these scans hang on. There's 906 dots on the car. I know, because we had to count them. We've covered some of the more reflective areas. You notice the black here's got a little bit of white tempera paint on it. That's just to knock down the finish so that the scanner can see the surface well.
So we've obviously scanned cars and parts before, and a couple things that's different, at least from us, because we're not familiar with the process, are using the dots. In the past, you know, they put a wax on and then scanned with a ferro arm, and obviously you guys have some different things on the car right now. What have you guys done so far? Like what does that actually do prior to you guys actually scanning the car?
So the barcodes help me take static images and basically stitch an image from this side and an image from that side to calculate the exact center point of all the dots.
Okay.
So it's using triangulation to basically determine the dead center of every single dot, which is then what the scan will use to hang the mesh on. It's just like when you look up in the sky at night and you see a constellation.
Yep.
This is making that constellation so that the scanner knows what it's looking for.
Yep. Awesome. And you guys know how picky we are on gaps and fitment. So my big question for Jesse is, when we get this data, how precise is it? And so what detail, when you're scanning, does your equipment get to?
Sure. So the scanner we're using today is an ATOS Q with a 500 millimeter volume, which is about half a meter, right? And in that patch, we're going to scan 12 million points every time we scan. This scanner will probably take, I would say, somewhere around the neighborhood of 200 scans to get all the way around the car. Okay. So when we're done, we're going to have a mesh file that's probably, I would say, 3 to 4 gigabytes of data, maybe even more. Accuracy wise, you're probably, I would say, less than a couple thousandths of an inch.
Okay.
So it'd be pretty tight.
That's really precise. So that makes me feel really good. I think we feel very confident with what ADAC has to offer in their scanning capabilities. And obviously Jesse also has some background that he hasn't told you about that I feel is pertinent in the automotive industry. I don't want to speak for him, but I do want to know a little bit about the other things you do that are in the automotive industry and kind of, you know, who you work with.
Sure. So I do a little bit of contract work for a NASCAR team called Stewart House Racing. They obviously scan all the bodies they use or they build. You know, that team has 4 different cars that they run every Sunday. Each driver has multiple cars. So we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 plus cars that are constantly being cycled around the shop and being scanned, right? So it's to basically make sure that it's within the tolerance that NASCAR allows us to have when we're racing. And they're going to check us at the track every Sunday. They got equipment there that basically does this, but a much different scale, I guess.
So that checks all the boxes for us. We're honored to have Jesse working on the car and his team. We're going to show you guys that process as they get started today. So let's get into it. And thanks, Jesse.
Cool. Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Happy to help.
So as you can see, guys, we are compiling the information, or I should say Jesse and the team here at ADAC, compiling the back half so far of the Z06. It's looking pretty cool to see all this stuff come to life, but we also wanted to show you kind of in real time what Jesse's doing on the car so you can kind of understand the functionality. And Jesse's going to explain a little bit about what this machine actually does on the car.
Yeah, so what we have is like a projector in the middle. It's projecting this blue light at the time, but once I start scanning, you'll notice it'll cast a bunch of zebra stripes on the part. It's called the fringe pattern. That's why this technology is called structured light. The two cameras on either side watch that light as it hits the surface and distorts, and it's able to take that image and basically map it into, take the pixels from that image and map it into a mesh or an STL file, which is what we deal with. If you pay attention while I'm scanning, you can see it cast across the part.
So Jesse's just finishing up the scan data on the Z06 today. At the end of the day today, we're gonna load the car up, get it back over to the shop. Tomorrow, we're gonna break down the car and get ready for the following day, which Jesse and his team are gonna come over and scan the car in the shop. That's gonna allow them to get the car up in the air, get our under panel development done for our parts, and also some internal pieces that we're gonna be developing for the Z06 specifically that I think you guys will really be interested in when we announce what those are. Little hint is they're going to go with our aerodynamic program that is fully functional on the new Z06, kind of the graduated program from the C8. So stay tuned for that, guys, and we'll see you back at the shop.